Roll. Doubled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping it.
The year was 2010. A young and hungry 19-year-old Canelo Alvarez stepped into the ring for his 32nd professional fight. His name was already echoing through the boxing world and his future painted in gold. But on that night inside the MGM Grand, everything nearly came crashing down. Under the watchful eye of Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, Canelo was being groomed for greatness. His record shining with 31 wins and 1 draw. It was spotless, but critics still questioned if he had been truly tested. Outside the ring, his life was just as bright. He was dating Marisol Gonzalez, a television hostess and former Miss Universe contender. The young Mexican had the talent, the backing, and the spotlight, but none of that would matter once the bell rang. On May 1st, 2010, Canelo faced the battle-tested Puerto Rican fighter, Jose Miguel Cotto. It was a 10-round war set as the co-main event of a night headlined by Floyd. Tony Weeks stood in the center, ready to officiate what many believed would be another dominant performance from boxing's rising star. But the moment the fight began, everything changed. The opening moments were a game of patience and precision as Canelo advanced cautiously.
Amateur experience as professional fighters.
If the kid has had 44 professional fights, as he says, is that too fast a start for his career?
No, I don't think so, because they
But Jose Miguel Cotto wasn't rushing in either. He was a predator lying in wait, eyes locked on the perfect moment to strike.
match them very careful. They don't have a longer amateur career. Say there's not a good amateur program to go.
Jose Miguel Cotto, as you can see, is a body puncher.
And then he did.
He seemed to feel as though Cotto was exactly the right, and he is wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping it.
Using his right hand as a decoy, Cotto unleashed a thunderous left hook that sent Canelo staggering as the ropes caught his fall.
By the 19-year-old. And wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping it. And maybe the match.
The young star was in deep waters, and Cotto could smell blood.
He dodges a right hand, comes back with a right. His solution is to fight.
It shouldn't be clenched.
Cotto continued to drill Canelo with crushing right hands.
You don't know a lot about having to clinch, but he's fighting back.
The veteran poured on the punishment, unleashing a storm of punches that had the crowd on its feet.
It was a left hook that wobbled him. Alvarez is trying to solve everything.
But then the bell rang, breaking Cotto's relentless assault and giving Canelo a lifeline.
Uppercut by Alvarez lands. Almost.
Back in his corner, Eddie Reynoso's voice cut through the chaos as he told young Canelo to stay calm. You are the better boxer. You can win this fight.
That's the first round only. There's 10 rounds. You're a better fighter. You're a better boxer. Relax.
As the second round began, the atmosphere in the ring shifted as the feeling out process was over. And since Canelo had studied his prey, now it was time to strike.
And here is a kid who has been to watch.
Well, Emmanuel, we were talking about hooking off the jab in the last fight, and we've already seen that Alvarez does it too. Hooking off the jab in the last fight, and we've already seen that Alvarez does it too.
As soon as the bell rang, the 19-year-old Mexican prodigy started stalking Cotto, inching forward with measured steps.
That defensive jab I always teaching about where they keep the power, then that's going to probably neutralize that.
Moments later, he unleashed a thunderous uppercut that sent Cotto crashing to the canvas.
Go past each other, never interfere with each other's thing.
Good counter right hand up and under.
The shot was pure dynamite. It perfectly timed, surgically placed, and devastatingly effective.
Right hand a little too far out. This is because of the height advantage and the disadvantage that he has.
For a moment, it looked like the fight was in the bag. But to his credit, the Puerto Rican veteran forced himself up, shaking his head as if trying to clear the fog.
Keeping Cotto lunging, coming in off balance, and trying to catch him with balance coming in.
He landed 9 last minute of round 2. That was something of a comeback rally. And now
Canelo, however, had already smelt blood. And like a lion that had wounded its prey, he had no intention of letting Cotto recover.
well, what Jose Cotto is doing is
After you analyze the
With the onslaught now in full swing, Cotto tried to slow things down with movement and counterpunching.
Canelo, that means cinnamon. They call him cinnamon for that reddish hair.
Yeah.
The campus. Therefore, I scored it just like the judges should, 10-8 in favor of Canelo Alvarez.
Well, I'm thrilled you corrected me, Harold. I was unaware, did not notice the time.
He circled, flicked out jabs, and tried to create distance, but Canelo was relentless.
That I might have anticipated, and thank you, Harold, for your sharp eyes. Good uppercut.
Every time Cotto took a step back, Canelo took two forward. Every time Cotto threw a shot, Canelo slipped it and returned fire with double the force.
Right there. Hard right hands, up and under, and the body shot. Another well-placed.
Canelo's combinations were surgical, especially hooks to the body that dug deep into Cotto's ribs, crosses that snapped his head back, and crisp uppercuts that reminded the veteran exactly what had sent him to the canvas earlier.
Here at Manuel, what we're seeing from this 19-year-old is that he has unusual athletic quick for when to deliver the shots.
And what I see is great poise.
Canelo wasn't just winning rounds, he was breaking his opponent down piece by piece.
And the left hooks. Cotto not throwing back, finally releases his hands, but not. Jose Miguel Cotto had 3 fights last year, none in 08, so he was largely inactive in 07. A guy like Alvarez.
But Alvarez is very sharp, very crisp, punching with force.
Midway through the fight, Cotto's punches had lost their snap.
The last minute of round 6 arrives.
Cotto's eyes no longer held the confidence they did in the opening moments of the fight.
Very well-schooled fighter.
On the other hand, a powder puff puncher compared to your guy, right?
Yeah, but the guys that Foreman is photo, I'm being honest. No, I have a lot of respect for you at Foreman. Me and Miguel, the whole camp does.
As the rounds passed, Canelo pressed forward like a battle tank, cutting off the ring with intelligent footwork, forcing Cotto to fight at a pace he couldn't sustain.
We're going to get into the subject of Mayweather made his big comeback after 21 months in, quote, retirement against Juan Manuel Munoz drug testing. Shane stepped up and said, hey, I'll take any test you want, and thus.
The Puerto Rican veteran had moments, short bursts of resistance where he landed a clean shot or two, but they were merely sparks in a storm that had already consumed him.
Junior welterweights.
Yes, I am very impressed tonight. Yes, considering the fact that I know he's about 10 pounds.
Let's look how almost clinical Alvarez is here.
By the 8th round, Cotto was running on fumes.
He is. There was a moment in 08 to go against opponents whose names we don't know, but the fourth.
His punches had lost their sting, his footwork had turned sluggish, and his body betrayed the signs of a man who had endured too much punishment.
From, 10, 15 years ago, we had seen him in some lesser fights.
And he was 17.
Alvarez told us that the reason for the 4 consecutive route-going performances was that he needed it so that I could learn what I was going to learn. Now, whether that's true or not, it's a remarkable comment for a fighter to make.
Fight like a seasoned fight. He's rolling.
Canelo was only getting started, and then came the 9th round, the final chapter of a fight that had long been decided.
As in his head, he's trying to win the fight by decision at this point.
I just think out comes, it comes, but he's certainly not trying to sit on a lead here.
Canelo unleashed a furious barrage of punches, each one landing with terrifying accuracy.
I don't think there's any reason to say that the punching power is less than what was billed. I think this is a strong
something. We're seeing one now. Beautiful.
Cotto stumbled, with his defense crumbling under the assault.
Up. Not really throwing back. Alvarez targeting right-hand shots. Tony Weeks looking.
By then, the referee had seen enough, and he stepped in to save Cotto from a brutal beatdown. As his hand was raised in victory, Canelo didn't celebrate wildly. He simply nodded, as if he knew this was only the beginning. Because in his mind, this wasn't just another fight. This was the first true test of his mettle, the first step on a journey that would lead him to become one of the greatest fighters of his generation. That night, Canelo Alvarez didn't just defeat Jose Miguel Cotto. He announced to the world that he was coming for the throne, and he wasn't stopping until he had it. Is Canelo Alvarez the greatest boxer of all time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.